Hello and welcome to a spooky mini episode of Predictocast, the podcast where we predict the plot of a movie we know nothing about. Yee! I'm Josh Goblin, and with me as always is Spooky Skinner.
Can you explain to me why you think that voice is spookier than a regular voice? Like, what about it?
Is it not scary?
Like, what would make it scarier?
Because it's like a little weird, like
a little
imp
weird
man.
guy, a little imp. Like people are afraid of imp
That's
voices.
from hell or something.
Or like is after your Lucky Charms.
I mean, that's scary too.
I guess. I mean, I want to eat them. I have never really had a giant fear of anyone breaking into my house and eating my cereal, but I don't think I would appreciate it.
So on this mini episode, we are going to reveal the next in our spooky series of films that we are covering. And next week on the show, we are heading back to Cenobite Town. That sounds delicious.
Boy, you just couldn't say we're heading back to hell, right?
We are heading back to Cenobite Town, population us, with Hellraiser Deader.
Hellraiser Deader.
The stupidest subtitle since Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
I would like if you somehow are a long time listener of this show. If you didn't realize we were doing Hellraiser Deader when we brought it up on the mini for the other Hellraiser movie we did, Hellworld, I am shocked because we clearly were just completely taken with the idea they just called a movie fucking Deader. This is Hellraiser 7 Deader?
6 or 7, I think. Whoa, with Hellworld 8?
This one,
I can't remember.
According to Wikipedia, which is very rarely wrong about anything, it is Hellraiser 7 Deader.
Okay. All
so
right.
it is the Final Fantasy 7 of Hellraiser movies.
Yes. Wow. That means it's going to be really good.
And really long.
We are doing Hellraiser Deader because, as Skinner already mentioned, we did Hellraiser Hellworld last year, and we had so much fun with that movie. And this one was filmed back to back with Hellworld. So same director, different cast, but obviously we have Doug Bradley here as Pinhead. Same director, Rick Boda, and
Wikipedia,
and probably all those Bulgarian dogs who were trying to kill them.
Like the series creator Clive Barker did not even have a cursory involvement in the production of Deader.
Sorry, not Bulgaria, Bucharest. We're not back in Bulgaria.
We're in Romania
after City of Fear.
This is filmed at the same time as Hellworld. In the greatest good you can do while walking through hell, to save costs.
So weirdly enough, this came out in 2005, the same year that Hellworld came out. Yet they were both filmed in 2002. So that's interesting.
And this one was officially one before it, but I don't think there's any continuity between them.
No continuity as far as we can tell. So let's look at some of the artwork that we've got for Hellraiser Deader. Kind of not really a lot of variety out there. Pretty much the same image that I'm seeing over and over again. It's basically Pinhead standing in a red room with a bunch of chains, with a Lamont configuration floating in front of him.
A Lou Lamont configuration.
And he's kind of holding his hands out like, check out this cool box I got.
He also kind of looks kind of dispassionate, like, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like Doug Bradley in the makeup there. I'm sure it is him, but the face just doesn't quite have the same effect. And we have our tagline on the poster, which is very bland and very basic.
I'm trying to figure out if it's a period or a comma. on
on
this.
IMDb, they list it as a period, which makes no sense. It is a comma on the poster.
It's the latest. Which movie is it? Like, what? Tell me about Hellraiser Deader. Well, it's the latest.
I mean, no one can say that there's a movie that came out after this one that's later than this one.
Like, which Hellraiser movie is this? That's the latest one. And then, period, most terrifying evil. And then
how would you describe this one? Well, it's the latest. Also, it's the most terrifying. And it's pretty evil.
It's pretty evil. And then, like, it's superimposed over, well, we have a picture of, I believe it's Carrie Wurr.
Yeah, Carrie Wurr, I think she's the lead in this.
And it's like, it's not even
on
like
the cube.
Yeah, it's just like a headshot of her looking.
It's one of those photo cubes you get at the beach.
She doesn't look scared to be in the lament configuration. She doesn't look like, it's just her looking kind of like she's trying to see something across the room that she's only mildly interested in.
Hellraiser Deader, the lamentiest, most terrifying evil.
Like, it's the latest. She's like, I guess I'm in the newest one. There's other faces. There's a guy who's like he's in a lucha mask or has the glasses are kind of smeared close to his face. I can't tell on the top of the cube. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, I think we could speculate. Do you think that we will see more of actual Pinhead in this film than we did in Hellworld? Because remember, in Hellworld, he is only at the end of the movie.
Yes, the rest of it are just hallucinations. As a heads up, if you guys have not listened to our episode, go listen to it. 2,
it's great.
If you don't want to listen to it, go fuck yourselves. 3, if you have no time, and I understand that, Hellworld is about a movie where Hellraiser has been made into an MMO, and it's super popular underground, and there's all kinds of merch for it, and a bunch of people have a con at a haunted house where they are drugged into with hallucinogenics and buried underground with walkie-talkies next to their heads, and are told by Lance Henriksen that they are going through what's going through the movie, and it makes no sense. It is incredibly stupid, and at the end, Lance Henriksen is killed by actual Cenobites.
Yeah,
why? Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that is what that movie is. Like, Hellraiser is like that Pinhead is barely in it, and it's all hallucinations. It's very silly
that he's in this one more because he was too busy making this movie to be in the other movie.
That's got to be what it is. Like, it's got to be that they were filming all of these scenes, and then he shot the Hellworld stuff like on the last couple days, like while he came, got makeup, did some reshoots for Deader, and then just walked over and did all of his stuff for Hellworld.
I hope so, because I want this movie to be more than the last movie. I want it to be. I mean, it's the latest.
It is the latest. The only thing that, I mean, yes, but the only thing that Hellworld had going for it is the fact that Lance Henriksen is in it. And
I do not believe
as a collector of Hellraiser memorabilia.
Yes. Wow, that movie. Once again, in that movie, Hellraiser is a MMO, a massively multiplayer
a video game
online.
It's popular enough to have a huge World of Warcraft style video game,
and people are addicted to it, like they were addicted to World of Warcraft back in the early mid 2000s.
Yeah, so it's a weird one. So I'm hoping that we actually get some real hell raising in this one.
And as everyone who has listened to the show knows, I have not watched any of the Matrix movies, and nor will I ever watch any of them. But I really hope that is the plot of the newest one is based on the PlayStation 2 games being real.
Fingers crossed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that Matrix trailer that seems to imply that it's going to be a very meta exercise with apparently the original Matrix being a movie, and I don't know how I feel about that, but you know.
Well, you'll see. I won't.
It took some things from Hell World, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, not a lot of advertising materials here for Hellraiser Deader, unfortunately. Pretty much that same poster, kind of repurposed for its various European versions and whatnot. So not a whole lot of variety there, but we are blessed with quite a few IMDb keywords. So let's head over there and see if we can kind of narrow in our predictions with some keyword help.
All right. So how many want to do each this time? We have 45.
We do have 45. I mean, let's just do them all. No, let's do 3 each.
Let's do 3. I'm
for
pick
the
3.
sake of time. Let's do 3.
Yeah, like I'm gonna pick 3 that I think are things that are good for the predictocast podcast. Things that align well with our core values.
Oh, good. Okay, I like that.
So I'm gonna start immediately with flashback.
Oh, all right. Nice. Okay. Now, do you think we're going to get a time jump? Do you think we're going to start with the flashback and then getting like a 5 years later or 10 years later thing? Or do you think we're going to see flashes throughout the movie?
I think so, because then we're at the latest point in time, which is an important part of the of the whole deal with this movie.
Fair. Okay, good. I'm going to go with Ooh, let's see here. Here's a good one. Need in the groin.
That's going to be funny.
And the only reason I go with this one is because I don't know, because this is a Hellraiser movie, if this is going to be a painful thing or a pleasurable thing.
Painful to some, pleasurable to others. Knee to the groin. Gonna be funny. We know that for sure.
For sure.
Do you have the kill scene where someone gets knee in the groin, like the knee keeps going up, and then their balls pop out of their mouth?
Or someone knees them in the groin and their knee goes through their ass on the other side.
They shit their balls. We haven't had that on our show yet.
No, we haven't.
God, what else? What else is really good for our show in general? I think this one. I don't understand what these words mean together.
Okay.
So that I think that means good for us. Hit by a subway.
What is this, Dark Man?
An entire Subway restaurant falls on somebody. They can no longer do anything besides die and eat fresh.
Well, I'm very concerned by that one because there's another keyword that says snuff film. So did someone really die during the making of this film?
What if the movie's plot is somebody is in the movie filming a snuff film at Subway?
How is Pinhead involved?
He is a sandwich artist.
That's right. You go in and it's Pinhead is your Subway sandwich artist, and your sandwich is just, that it's going to come out covered in nails and chains.
Nothing you can do about it. They say you can make it your way, but you're only going to make it Pinhead's way.
And instead of wrapping it in paper, he wraps it in leather.
Just terrifying leather. Oh God, my last one. I want to combine this with the one you did. We had knee in the groin. We also have lifting someone into the air, which means I want someone to be lifted into the air from a knee to the groin.
Oh man, that would be something. That would be like one of those, like they do like a flying like kind of knee kick thing where their knee just goes through the person. I
want it to happen, and then Pinhead's another Cenobite's head pops at the bottom and goes, "Toasty!"
That's a very Mortal Kombat kill. And then I think I'm gonna do a double. I'm gonna do my last one as a double because they're right next to each other. Female journalist and investigative journalist.
I mean, you can't be both.
I think that what this means, maybe we're going to get like, maybe it's about a journalist who is investigating the lament configuration. Maybe she finds it, or maybe like it's at a crime scene. Like maybe someone dies. Maybe this person who's hit by a subway train has the lament configuration, or someone who is kneed in the groin to death. They had the lament configuration with them, and she finds it and does some research, which leads her into unlocking it and releasing the Cenobites. And
I bet someone releases the Cenobites.
I mean,
except for the last movie we did, no one did.
Not until the end, accidentally.
No.
Yeah. What do you think the subtitle refers to?
I mean, someone has to die and come back, right? And then die again.
Ooh, okay. So so maybe that's their way of like, if they're not dead, they're deader than dead.
Right.
So they're like sort of still ambulatory. Maybe they're like kind of zombie-like.
Well, I mean, this is Hellraiser, so people have gone to hell and escaped in it.
That's true. So maybe there's like weird, creatures wandering around.
More so than usual in Romania.
And part of the plot is that she has to lock them all away in some sort of debtor prison.
Maybe they just misspelled debtor.
I mean, like I guess it could be a fun play on words because, they whoever this debtor person is, they owe something to Pinhead. Maybe they make a deal with him. Yes, they owe a debt. They owe a dead.
They owe a dead. What if in this movie Pinhead always rhymes everything he says?
My name is Pinhead, and I'm here to say I'm going to kill you in a sexy way.
That's why he's an angel to some.
Oh, man. An angel to some, a demon to others. Don't piss me off or I'll fuck your mother.
I don't want that. Be nice to this guy then. Hit by a subway.
Whips and chains and lots of leather. Be nice to me and I'll tickle you with a feather.
That's real torture. I've watched the cartoons. What rhymes with Romania?
We're in Romania. It's driving me insania.
This is a psychotronic film, so he's going to go crazy.
Oh, what other Hellraiser themed rhymes can I come up with? Completely tanked this show.
What really rhymed with male full frontal nudity?
Male full frontal nudity in a movie. Well, that's new to me.
That doesn't work.
Because he doesn't watch a lot of movies with male full frontal nudity in them.
You should click on that keyword then. One person found this relevant.
What's the top film for the male full frontal nudity based on
popularity?
The Voyeurs. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Never heard of that film, but it's from this year.
Followed by The Power of the Dog.
The Power of the Dong. I think they messed up that.
Messed it up. Outlander is 3. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, who knows what the fuck this will be about. I hope that there's more Pinhead and actual Cenobites in this than there was in Hellworld.
I don't think it's a good sign that one of the user lists that was someone made and added this movie to was called Movies I Dislike or Hate.
But then right below that, it's on the list best 7th installment in a franchise.
What other 7th movies? Harry Potter, X-Men, Star Wars, Furious 7, Creed. These are all great movies. Rise of Planet of the Apes, Diamonds Are Forever, Star Trek Generations, Trail of the Pink Panther. It is really much lower than these. How far? Lower than Cult of Chucky.
I feel like
it's worse than The Land Before Time 7. Worse than Beethoven's Christmas Adventure, which I didn't know exists, but now I do.
Yeah, you knew. I told you.
Emmanuel 7, I didn't know about that. Teenage Playmates. What? Still going. It is number 35 out of a list of 35.
Well, that's pretty good. It comes in right below Blood Fist 7.
Which fantastic. Because we'll end up watching that sometime.
Oh my God, they made 7 witchcraft movies?
That's impossible.
Wow. That's something. And I don't think Teenage Playmates should count as number 7. I don't think that counts.
No,
Sorry.
I think that's bullshit. I think he's put that there to put it on he puts it on every list, I would guess.
That's true. He comes up with some sort of reason for it to be there. I hope that we get a little bit more of Pinhead in this one. We get something that feels a little more, who cares, honestly? These movies are all different. I wonder if this is one that probably was not based on an original Hellraiser story, because I think when we did Hellworld, we commented on the fact that it was the first since like the 3rd or 4th movie that was based on a story originally, created originally for, this is the Hellworld was the first original script since Hellraiser Bloodline in 96, written for the Hellraiser series. So that means that Deader was some other random movie that they crafted Hellraiser mythology onto.
And that spec strip was called Deader. I'm not making that up.
Oh, good.
So that is why it's called Hellraiser Deader. They just didn't get rid of the original name of the movie.
Oh, perfect. That's just wonderful. I'm very, very happy to know that there was somebody who thought it would be a good idea to call their film Deader.
And when given the chance for a better name, kept it.
Yeah, they're like, you can't mess with perfection. But I think that that's probably going to do it for this extra spooky mini episode of predictocast. We'll be back next week with our episode on Hellraiser Deader. And if you want to know what we think of the film, you're going to have to join us then. But until then, I've been Josh.
I've been Skinner.
I've been Josh Goblin, Sorry. Ooh,
no,
I forgot.
You missed. You can't go back to it.
And you're Spooky Skinner.
No, that's not true.
I'm a little goblin.
You're an adorable goblin. No one is afraid of you.
I live in your walls and I steal your food.
You're basically the Littles.
But I'm also a monster from hell. Eee.
There we go.
The episode's not over yet. Not until I say.
It's completely over. It may never come back again. We went out to part 2.
I'm a monster.
I'm dying inside right now. I'm deader.
Okay, the episode is over. Goodbye. Wait, I'm just kidding. Okay, it's over now. Bye. If you like the show, subscribe, rate, and review us over at Apple Podcasts. We're on Twitter and Instagram at predictocast, and you can find our entire back catalog at predictocast.com. Our theme music is by Kyle Sledge. Find more of his work at soundcloud.com/geistmusic. As always, thanks for listening.